Hello once again, everybody. Welcome back to the series I'm Turning 30, where I, Mitch, talk about something in my life that's led up to me being me, whether that's something in the past, something that's happening currently right now, or maybe something that's going to happen in the future. And as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about YouTube itself today. Again, before I start talking, I want to apologize for the air conditioner if you can hear it. Again, I'll try to minimize it as much as possible in post, but if I turn it off, I might melt into a puddle. It is very hot here, so please bear with the slight air conditioner sound so that I do not have to die and sweat while making this YouTube video. Much appreciated. And if you're looking for the interesting video that I mentioned last week, I still need to do a specific types of shots and things that I want to get, and either I've just forgotten about getting them or something has come up and I haven't been able to get those shots yet. So again, just look for them in the future. I don't know exactly now the timeline when they'll come out, just because a lot of stuff has changed, but look for those videos in the future where the filming doesn't necessarily look like this and I try to do something a little bit more outside of this box. But without further ado, let's talk about YouTube. So how has YouTube really shaped my life? I believe that YouTube came out somewhere in 2006. I'm pretty sure it was 2006. And if I have my history correctly, I believe that the creators of YouTube at the time in 2006, the reason it was made is because they wanted to find a video of the Janet Jackson nipple slip that happened during the Super Bowl, and that's why it was created, for the video to be hosted on the internet somewhere. That's what I remember. Not sure if the year is exactly right, but it was something along those lines. However, I didn't really start using, I believe, YouTube until 2008-ish, 2009. I may have watched videos on it before then, every now and then. I remember if I was going to watch a video online, I would go to a website called stupidvideos.com, is what it was called, I believe. It was very similar to YouTube. They just had a bunch of recommendations. I remember certain videos on there. I have no idea if the domain exists today. My guess is it doesn't. I think I started seeing certain videos pop up on stupidvideos.com that had specific creators that would kind of reoccur on my timeline, and during their maybe intros or something that they would mention YouTube, and I kind of started shifting my attention to YouTube and realizing that specific creators that made videos that I liked had their own channel or thing. And it was in either late 2007, early 2008 that I decided to join the website myself. This was in order to keep up with favorite creators, have a place where I could find the videos that I enjoyed watching, and also start actually making videos of my own. The first video that I ever posted was posted around May of 2008. That was when the very first video that I filmed, had edited, went online. And nothing groundbreaking, nothing interesting really. Now, I don't really know exactly what prompted me to start posting videos on YouTube. I don't remember if there were certain creators that I really looked up to and wanted to kind of emulate. More so that I just kind of wanted to film myself doing random things and posting them online. I always had this want to have this like online presence and film videos and put them online. And I did so. I had, I think, I want to say 12 to 14 different videos that I had posted. Now, if you've looked on my channel, you'll look back and see I don't have any videos from that long ago. My oldest video is 7 years of a time when I went skydiving. So where are all those videos? Where did they all go? Why can't I see them? Why don't you still have them up on your channel, Mitch? Well, if you don't know, I actually had a different channel way before this one, before YouTube changed it to it being your names, before my online handle was Black Dove War pretty much everywhere. Follow me anywhere you want to see my content. I have a presence pretty much everywhere. But I had a different online persona. I didn't really have a online username that I really clicked with, but the name of my old channel, where I had all these videos posted, was Sweet Life 777. At the time, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody was one of my favorite TV shows, and I was trying to think of a YouTube name. It requires signups to like save things or use the website in a certain way, and I again didn't have a gamer tag with my gaming. I didn't have anything like a handle, anything that sounded interesting, and I just wanted this thing, so I came up with Sweet Life 777. Seven's my favorite number, and then the show, and then I spelled sweet a little bit different just to kind of get a grip on it, but all the videos were posted there. Now, again, if you're wondering, or if you pause the video to search that channel up real quick and you're wondering why that channel isn't there anymore or no videos pop up, it's because that channel unfortunately got deleted. Now, the reason I say unfortunate is because I'm not the one who deleted it. YouTube's not even the one that deleted it. It was a random person in my sophomore year of high school. See, I had a class called Tech Lab, and in Tech Lab we didn't do a whole lot. We learned some specific things on the computer and with certain machinery, but for the most part we goofed off on the computers in class, and we would watch things on YouTube or generally just mess around. You were assigned a specific computer for the class, and everybody went to those computers every single day. And one day, me and a friend that was sitting next to me, we got onto my computer, went onto YouTube to start watching something, and we noticed somebody else was logged in to the computer that I normally used. Normally you're supposed to sign out and make sure that nobody gets into your account because public computer, all these things. And me and my friend decided, hey, we should leave comments on random gross videos for this guy, whoever he was. I still have no idea who this person was. We should put a bunch of weird comments saying things on people's videos way back in 2010. And then, if I can remember correctly, we did this. It was funny. We had a good time for that class, but it only happened that one time. And I asked my teacher later about this because I was sad about my channel getting deleted, but I have no proof, so I'm not sure. But my teacher did say that me and one other student were the only students that used this computer, so it could have been somebody else. But I think it was either a few weeks or maybe a couple of months or less later, I forgot to log out of my YouTube channel, and it was left logged in when the student came back, or some students saw that I was still logged into YouTube using that computer. So one day I went to the class, saw that I wasn't logged in, couldn't figure out where my YouTube account had gone. I tried searching for my videos and they were gone as well. And I was very confused. I sent a support ticket to YouTube saying, hey, my channel's gone, like what gives? I didn't receive anything. And I got a support ticket back asking for my channel name and just like different details kind of about what happened. Responded, and then later they sent me an email saying that I had voluntarily terminated my account. So again, I have no proof of exactly who did this. I have no idea. But one day I had a channel with, I wouldn't say a lot of subscribers. I want to say it was like maybe, I think it was like 500 to 700 back when I was in high school. It wasn't very many, and YouTube was kind of starting to blow up then, but it wasn't a whole lot of people that were subscribed to the channel. My videos didn't have a lot of views, but it was still things that I worked hard on and that I had the span essentially of 2 years of my life just kind of wiped off the face of the planet. I told YouTube that it was a mistake. Somebody had done that to my account, that it wasn't me. Was there any way I could reinstate it or at least get the videos that were on the channel to bring to another channel? And YouTube support said, nope, it's not possible. The videos are gone forever. If you don't have them backed up anywhere, they're gone for good and you can never retrieve them. And that really, really, really hurt me when I was kind of growing up in high school. I really liked doing the YouTube thing, and even though I wasn't like popping off like a bunch of big creators, it was still fun to make these YouTube videos. And the deletion of the channel and kind of like this hard work that I had gone through to make, again, not great videos, but things, and just have it be deleted and said it's impossible to get back, was really sad. I was a dumb teenager. I wasn't backing things up. They were on the internet. I didn't think that my channel would ever just get randomly deleted by somebody. So it was very unfortunate, and I, instead of creating a new channel and just starting to create new content, I kind of gave up on YouTube. I did create another YouTube account, this one that you see now, and by then I did have kind of an online persona and name that I used, so at least I could switch to that. But I no longer really made videos that I was making. The videos that I made were kind of sketch comedy-esque, or I had a type of event planned. I had something specific set out in the video that I was going to do, and it starred me trying to do said thing, whether that was stunts or getting a hula hoop out of a tree or just these random things that I decided to film and put on the internet. They were gone, and with the new channel I decided to abandon that. Every once in a while I would try to make gaming videos in high school. I believe when I was in 12th grade, my senior year, I made different gaming videos, but I didn't really understand how to game capture from the technology. Figuring out how to capture it with like a capture card rather than just using a camera that hits the TV. Some people may remember those videos. I think I still have them on this channel, but they're all privated because they're nothing. They're old games of me sitting in my room with a camera pointed at the TV screen of gameplay. So I could still activate those videos, but they're no longer active on the channel just because no commentary really, terrible quality. They were an attempt to kind of get back into what I started and showcase my interests even more, but I never really kept up with it, posted consistently, and I never really got back into the groove like I had been for the other 2 years that I had created videos. And now I'm making this series. It seems like I just really can't stay away from YouTube, although this is many years later after the gaming videos. I posted the skydive just kind of to have that video located somewhere, but it seems like I just can't really stop myself from posting content. If anybody knows, and I may talk about this again in a separate video, I did streaming for a while. I tried streaming while I was in college, and again, it was just very hard to stay consistent while getting my degree. It was hard, especially because at that point the market was very saturated. Many people wanted to become YouTubers, wanted to become Twitch streamers. Becoming that thing was no longer something that I felt like I was really doing out of passion, but now it was like, oh, I want to do this as a career instead of just kind of sharing my interests. It felt like I needed to pursue it as a job, and I never really fully got into the groove with that or figured out how to make a good schedule around that. I think I would still like to do that one day if for some reason this channel popped off, if my Twitch channel, if I ever started streaming again, popped off. I would really enjoy making gameplay videos, talking about different topics like I'm doing now with people. I really think that I would enjoy that, but trying to get into a consistent schedule is a hard part about that, and part of the reason I'm making this series. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but for some reason I like being on camera. I like filming things like this and just putting them on the internet for people to see. Again, whether people agree with me, whether they think it's interesting, for me, it just feels fun to put something out there on the internet, whether it's opinion based, kind of like this I'm turning 30 and kind of reliving my life, or those old gameplay videos that I did, or even the older sketch comedy type of things that I did when I first started YouTube. So yeah, who knows what the future holds, what the future could have been if I would have kept going, if I would have kept doing the sketch style comedy. Many people nowadays, especially, if you think back to 2008, and you think back to all of your favorite YouTubers and what they are doing, many people kind of popped off. The sketch style comedy things popped off. Who knows if I really ever would have popped off or had a big hit, but again, it's a what could have been type of situation. Maybe I would have had a video that popped off. Maybe I would be a big YouTuber if I would have kept going, but no regrets, really. I am who I am now because of what I've gone through. I still enjoy posting online. Obviously, I decided to start making this series. Again, like I said, I, for some reason, can't seem to stay away from making the videos. So yeah, if you want to help the old teenagers me dream come through, hey, subscribe to this channel, or go over to my Twitch channel, or leave a comment saying, hey, stream more, we want to see more video game stuff and just gameplay things, because again, I would really like doing that, but it's hard with, I think the whole getting older thing and seeing the entertainment and how Twitch / YouTube kind of goes. It's funny because it's like all my creators are getting older, and again, it's a really saturated market, and it's really hard to kind of break through and find the audience that's going to really click with what you're saying. I just don't know if I have this very specific thing or niche or perspective that people want to see that hasn't been said or done already by somebody else. If I kept going, maybe that could have been a thing, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm super interesting and people really like this series, and one of these videos will pop off one day and I'll be like, wow, I'm super glad that I decided to make this series, and it's been a crazy thing that's happened in my life, and maybe that'll be something I do in like 5 years if that ever happens. But like I said, I'm not really holding my breath for that. I enjoy making these videos regardless. When I was creating videos, it was never how many people are going to see. It was, these are random ideas that I want to put on the internet and have for myself. If people enjoy them, that's great, and it makes it way easier, especially if it became a job, because I could just keep putting dumb shit on the internet. But for now, just kind of doing it as a side project, as a free time, as a type of journal for me is enough for me at this moment. When I was thinking about filming this video, I was actually not really thinking about talking about this for that long. I was actually going to talk about different creators that I had followed kind of through the years, kind of maybe who got me started, because I'm subscribed to a lot of people and have been throughout the years, and I've unsubscribed to a lot of people because of different situations, but I do consume a lot of content on YouTube right now. So I guess this is going to be a different section from that first part where I talked about me being on YouTube. Now I'm going to be talking about who I watched on YouTube, maybe who were inspirations to me or reasons that I started posting, maybe that I still post, or maybe some new people that I've subscribed to recently that I think deserve your time and attention. When I think back to when I first started watching YouTube and looking at different creator-specific videos, there were always the meme videos, the channels that maybe weren't creators necessarily, but like viral videos like Numa Numa, Axel Frog. There was a Christmas light video of this house going to music. I can't even remember what the song is at this point. I can see it in my head. I can still see the video because of how many times I watched it. But those were the kind of the first types of videos before I found creators. The first kind of creators I started following, I believe, when I started were Ryan Higa, Jenna Marbles, and then Ian and Anthony, or Smosh. So those three channels were kind of like the big three when I was in middle school, high school. Those were like the three that I started watching the most of, or I feel like I don't want to say I was like an early subscriber of, but I definitely started watching their videos pretty close to when they started posting them. The content that they put out was the content that I was the most interested in when I first started. It was the most similar to mine somewhat that I posted, obviously way more polished, and their ideas were way better, and their filming, everything was way better. They did way more research than I did, but it was always fun to watch their videos growing up. If you don't know who they are, I can't even at this point recommend checking them out, because at this point I've actually unsubscribed from Smosh. Maybe with the recent news, if they start posting videos again that I resonate with, I'll resubscribe. And then Jenna and Ryan both don't post anymore. They're either on permanent hiatus or a temporary hiatus, or they are just done posting just in general forever. I have no idea. But the three channels that I looked up to the most basically don't exist how they were when I first started. I'm not going to explain the whole Smosh story here, but essentially they got bought out by a company. Their videos started to change. I started not liking the videos pretty later on in high school. I really liked their early stuff. I don't remember the exact video, but I'm sure I watched a specific video. I probably didn't laugh at all, and I was like, click, unsubscribe, and I kind of phased Smosh out of my life. They also had a games channel that I was a big fan of, and again, the games channel started getting rid of the cast members that I had grown accustomed to, and I felt like their content really started changing from what it started as, and again, just not as much of a fan. And so, like Smosh, again, grew away from that channel. Jenna and Ryan, I basically watched up until they stopped posting videos. Again, I don't want to talk about why each of them started posting and then their situations exactly, but essentially Jenna stopped posting because of past videos and a response and someone bringing up them many years later. And then I think Ryan stopped posting because he fell out of love with videos, and now I think he's more focused on streaming right now. But yeah, those OG3 really meant a lot to me, and now their channels are basically gone. While their videos are still there to watch, and I'm sure I would have a good nostalgic trip, it's just something that you have to think of as a good time growing up watching, instead of looking forward to their new content and realizing that all of us are in a new chapter of our lives. The next creator that I would recommend, and I still pretty much recommend to anybody if you want anything to do with world news, is Philip DeFranco. I've been subscribed to Phil, I think, since 2010. So I've been watching him through all of these backgrounds and offices. He's talked about it a lot, about these different spaces, but I've watched Phil for a long time as well. And again, Phil's show has evolved in a way that has been good for me kind of growing up and figuring out what priorities are and keeping me in the loop of things and figuring out how to change and kind of feel as a person, how to react to things. I think he says things sometimes where it didn't really like register in my mind that that was happening, and he'll say something and I'll think about it, and I think that's why I continue to watch Phil's things, is him reminding me about certain things and why I feel a certain way about certain topics, really making me reflect on my beliefs as a person, especially seeing world news and the crazier it feels like it gets every single day. And I can't talk about YouTube without also talking about the gaming channels that I subscribe to. Mostly Call of Duty channels, but also like Gears of War, Halo. I was subscribed to a plethora of gaming channels back in the day. I always wanted to know what was going on in gaming news, and there were many different creators that started making gameplay videos and talking about news, what was in the game, showing these high-level skill plays. And I'm not talking about the Phase 360 no-scope montage people. I'm talking about like talking with the video, showing gameplay of them playing the game, doing something either cool or interesting in one match and not a compilation. I wasn't really into the whole compilation phase type of videos. Many of my friends know this, and it's sort of a joke meme now, but we think of Ali A as like the biggest one. I really liked Ali A. I watched all of his videos. I loved watching his Call of Duty videos. And it was around the point of Pokemon Go coming out that his content really started to change, because Pokemon Go hit and he started posting way less Call of Duty stuff and more Pokemon Go. But I liked Pokemon Go. I mean, I have a Pokemon tattoo, for crying out loud, so I was playing Pokemon Go. So those videos were still okay to watch, but Pokemon Go was still hard to like watch content-wise for me, so I kind of started not liking it as much. And then Fortnite came out pretty much right afterwards. Minecraft really started to blow up, and I didn't really play Fortnite or Minecraft that much, and those were the videos that he started to make, and I started seeing these certain things that he was doing, as well as other creators talk about certain things that Ali A was doing in his videos, and I was like, at one point I was like, it really hurt for some reason to unsubscribe from Ali A, because I actually went through a lot of different gaming channels and I had to unsubscribe from each of them. But for some reason, Ali A's, just because he was like my favorite for so long, it was really hard to unsubscribe from him. When he was only making Fortnite and Minecraft videos, even if I wasn't watching the videos, I was still subscribed to him for a long time. And eventually I had to click unsubscribe, and it hurt because it was like a part of my growing up phase watching him play Call of Duty. But hey, that's just like kind of what I said earlier. These people go on to a different phase, what's kind of best for them, and you move on too. And it was another realization afterwards that I had just kind of grown out of Ali A's content, and he wasn't making content for me specifically, and that's okay. He doesn't have to. There are a couple of channels that I found through gaming. One of them is Swoozy. I'm a big fan of Swoozy. I saw him on a show called WCG Ultimate Gamer. It was a TV show about gamers living in a shared house, kind of like a reality TV show. And I saw Swoozy, thought he was really charismatic, and I found out that he had YouTube videos. I love his YouTube videos. Highly recommend you subscribe to him. He doesn't post super often, but all his videos are bangers. I love the animations. They're always fun to watch and listen to. And then the other gaming channel that I've been subscribed to since he posted Gears of War videos is Critical. Many people know Penguin Zero, Critical, Moist Critical, whatever you want to call him, Charlie. I've been subscribed to Charlie for so long. Since he posted Gears of War montages, I've pretty much been a subscriber or watched his stuff. I remember being hyped when he did a face reveal, when I saw that Charlie finally showed his face online. I remember him talking about in his gameplays about whether or not he ever wanted to do a face reveal. I think in some videos he talked about what people thought he looked like, if I remember right, in some of his old videos. But yeah, I've been a big fan of Charlie. I still watch a lot of his videos, and he pretty much still just posts gaming content. He does comment on pop culture kind of events, but I would say most of it's around the gaming sphere or somewhat adjacent to it, but I still really like a lot of his videos in that sphere as well. So while I have unsubscribed to a lot of those Halo, Call of Duty, just gaming channels in general, Swoozy and Critical are kind of the only two left from that era that I'm still subscribed to this day. As I go into college, I start to find more niche channels or comedy channels or channels that I really relate to that I'm still subscribed to. Think about 6 years ago, I started subscribing to a lot of these channels. So when I was in college, I started kind of not narrowing down my YouTube choices, but I wanted to find a sphere that I could kind of enjoy again. I had very specific people that had specific things that I was kind of no longer enjoying, like I mentioned. So I wanted to find people that I would come back to their videos where they would kind of not maybe necessarily keep innovating, but they would have a more broad thing that they could talk about, and I would enjoy them talking about this broad perspective rather than this, I only talk about this specific thing. And that led to me watching channels like Good Mythical Morning, Video Game Donkey, Giguk, Soviet Womble, Abroad in Japan, and this is also the point in time where I found Mr. Beast. And I will maintain this story. I will maintain it because I was early enough, but I am almost positive that I was, or at least super close to being Mr. Beast's 4 millionth subscriber. Now, why is this a big deal? 4 million is a big number, yeah, but when he was that size, at every single million mark, at least that I remember, he was giving people things, but for some reason he skipped over 4. Now, I vividly remember when I clicked the subscribe button, when I decided to subscribe to Mr. Beast, clicking it and watching the number, however YouTube's UI worked at that time, go over to 4 million. And I was like, oh, that would be cool because he gave the 3 millionth guy 30,000 pennies. I wonder what I would get if I got chosen for something. But nothing ever happened for the 4 millionth subscriber, or it wasn't filmed or at least put on his channel if he did choose somebody around then. But then there was a video for the 5 millionth and the 6 millionth person, if I remember correctly. I can't remember 7th millionth, 8th millionth, and obviously he has tons of subscribers now, but I feel slighted that I didn't get a chance, or that there at least wasn't a video of somebody around the 4 millionth mark. So everybody that subscribed around that time, we should revolt. But I maintain that I was exactly the 4 millionth subscriber, and I have actually tweeted at Mr. Beast a couple of times saying when I was going to get my 4 millionth subscriber prize as a joke. Hilarious, I know. But yeah, a lot of those people that I mentioned were a group of people or a specific person, maybe talking about one topic, but a lot of different things in that topic, whether it was anime, gaming, or just shooting the shit with your friends and having a good time. There were many channels that I decided to subscribe to because I enjoyed having a laugh with them. There were also channels that I started to watch and get into because I wanted to learn more about a specific place, like Japan. I started subscribing to different Japan channels and anime channels as I was kind of finding more about the Japanese culture. Started watching a lot of Chris Broad videos and anime with Giga. There was a lot of content to be had that I had never really seen that side of YouTube before that I could now watch. And then lastly, the more kind of recent people that I've been subscribed to that I've decided to kind of start watching more often are people like Ludwig, Anna Kana, the entire Trash Taste crew, so Giguk that I mentioned earlier, but also the people that I didn't really know about. I learned about them at the start of Corona. Connor and Joey, started watching a lot of their videos as well. And then like super recently, like maybe within the last month or so, I've actually been watching a lot of the offline TV people and kind of the content that they've been putting out. I don't know why, because I've known about them for a long time but never really consumed their content. But for some reason, I've been watching a lot of their recent stuff and been having a pretty good time as well. And then for channels that I don't really remember exactly when I've subscribed to it, I want to say it was probably within the last like 8 years. I subscribe to a couple of ASMR channels. I do like ASMR. Specific types of ASMR I think are really helpful for me to get to sleep. I always really need something or some type of noise to put me to sleep, so there are a couple of ASMR channels that I like to frequent and enjoy if I can't fall asleep. It for some reason helps, like many other people that are subscribed to the channel know. I'm also subscribed to different music channels, maybe different friends' smaller channels that have kind of specific things that they post about, but I don't really remember exactly when. But if you're interested in my subscriber list, I think it's publicly available and you can kind of see who I'm subscribed to. You can see how many subscribers they have, and if their profile picture and their description or their page looks interesting to you, subscribe to them, because I like them because I'm still subscribed to them. I'm not shy, especially now, of unsubscribing from people. I've done it pretty recently. I can't remember who the most recent person was that I unsubscribed to, but I want to say it was like a month ago that I unsubscribed from somebody. Another channel that I didn't mention at all because I completely forgot about them, because as soon as I unsubscribe from them, I don't even get recommended their content, which is crazy because I watch so much of it. But FBE, I used to watch a ton of FBE, and then one day I was like, this is terrible. Why am I watching this? And I unsubscribed from it, and I literally forgot they existed until just now. But yeah, as you can see, I am pretty big into YouTube, making the content, growing up with it, having a channel essentially not rise, but be a big part of my life, get crushed, and then years later, starting another new channel, starting this series. I do watch a lot of YouTube. I average watching between 4 to 6 hours of YouTube pretty much every single day. Granted, those 4 to 6 hours sometimes are elevated because I do watch podcasts on YouTube now. I really enjoy podcasts because I don't always have to be watching, but sometimes I do like watching the people doing the podcast. I like watching them talk as well. So it's very helpful at work, as well as kind of a side monitor thing, listening to them, but also when something interesting or maybe funny or specific to a video version would be helpful, I can then just kind of swivel my head or click to the other tab. This week alone, even with Mount Fuji taking out some of the days, I've already watched 20 plus hours of YouTube. So I generally have a pretty good beat on the YouTube ecosystem, at least in the general sphere that I'm subscribed to. Again, YouTube has grown to a size where you don't know about all the channels, you don't know about everything, but I'm pretty quick on the trends and kind of know what's going to be coming up or become interesting within the people that I watch very easily. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video today. Obviously, I have a lot I could say about YouTube. It's been a big part of my life, from creating the first channel that I had to creating this series to all the people that I've watched, all the YouTube that I watch now. YouTube right now is a very large part of my life. That's not even all the entertainment I watch either. I have music that I listen to. I watch anime. Every once in a while, I'll put on a Netflix show, maybe a K-drama or a movie if I'm feeling spicy, since I don't watch movies that often. I don't consider social media really entertainment. Maybe TikTok. I do spend some time on TikTok as well. But yeah, being online, being, I would say, maybe adjacent to the entertainment industry, since it's not my job, but always just either consuming it or trying to put some type of content out there, whether that's the streaming that I did, the TikTok videos that I've made, the YouTube videos that I've made this series. There's always been a part of me that's wanted to post about my life, what I'm doing, my interests on the internet. So thank you to YouTube for being a place where I have been able to post my content. I wish there was a way I could get those old videos back. Again, I'm pretty sure they're lost to the ether. It's been so long. I'd be shocked if there was a way to get them back. But hey, if anybody from YouTube sees this and wants to look into it, that'd be cool if I could get that channel back and see those videos again. Thanks to all the creators out there that keep me distracted. Thanks to the creators out there that help me sleep. Thanks to the creators out there that help me learn things. YouTube has been a generally positive thing, I think, in my life. I don't ever feel like I need to watch it. Even though I watch a lot of it, I feel like it's always just something that I can count on for being there. There's always someone that I can find. If someone stops making videos, there's someone that I can find to kind of fill that void, fill that time, or find an interest in something new. And even though that's all for the video, guys, it still pains me to do this. Even though I've seen so many creators do it, it still just feels weird to ask for this. But if you liked the video, please click the like button. If you like to hear my stupid face talk and you want to hear my stupid face talk every single week, I upload a video every single week at the same time, wherever your time zone is, so you can look forward to having a consistent video stream, at least up until I turn 30, and then we'll see what I do from there. But once again, guys, thanks for your support. Let me know down in those comments down below if there's anything you want me to talk about, if there's something in this video that didn't make sense, that you think is cool, making fun of me, whatever it is. You can also leave it down in the comments down below. Again, super weird to say the like, subscribe, comment thing, but yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks once again for the support on everything, especially if you made it this far. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be a long one, but I do really appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.